6:46 on this Saturday morning, which is starting out pretty cloudy across the area, but dry. Right now, Levita, always a pretty shot, showing how little snow we have up on the big peaks. It'd be nice to put some snow down here across the area at some point over the next few weeks. But not likely to see much of that today. Skyscan shows, hey, look at that. There is some precipitation moving our way from the north with a weak wave that's driving a reinforcing shot of cooler air into eastern Colorado today. But unfortunately, it looks like a lot of this is going to fall apart before it comes into the area. Now, we might have some spotty flurries or some even sprinkles depending on your elevation here this morning. If you're lucky, you get a quick snow shower out of it, but I'm not expecting much. Woodland Park right now, right at the freezing mark. That's the view from the Greater Woodland Park Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center. Again, there's another great mountain that could use some snow on top of it. Pikes Peak looking a lot more rocky than snowy at the moment. Cloudy right now at Parkview Medical Center in Pueblo. It's a little colder. We still have some of the cooler air from yesterday's front trapped across the Arkansas River. So we've noticed temperatures a good bit colder along the river than along the Front Range this morning. Notice that Skycast shows those clouds and the rain and snow kind of falling apart here this morning as they move south across eastern Colorado. So again, we're not expecting that to amount to much. But we will have enough instability left over this afternoon that by 4 o'clock, Skycast suggests at least some spotty light rain and snow showers, generally over and near the mountains here through the afternoon. High temperatures mostly in the 40s and 50s across eastern Colorado, and quite frankly for most of the mountains and mountain valleys as well. Maybe a little cooler in Gunnison. But add to this about a 10 to 20 mile an hour wind that could be gusting around 25 miles an hour and some periods of shade. And yeah, it'll be kind of chilly or blustery out there today, so make sure you keep a coat handy. If we're going to see some snow showers around the Pikes Peak region, they'll last through this evening. Somebody could get a quick burst of snow, maybe whiten up the grass a little bit. I don't think it'll last very long. And then after the sun goes down tonight, we'll lose the instability. The clouds will decrease. We'll be done with any more of that rain and snow. Again, assuming we get any at all. And then overnight tonight, we'll notice the wind die down for a while, but pick back up late tonight into tomorrow. That'll then blow some much warmer air across the area. So with the warm air, additional wind, and the dry conditions in place, fire weather will again be a concern. And so the National Weather Service has issued the fire weather watch for tomorrow for pretty much everybody here in southern Colorado. And that warmth is going to stick around for the better part of the next week. We also have to set the clocks ahead tonight. Don't forget about that. So, yep, you get to lose an hour of the weekend. I think they should do this in the middle of the week. Not that that's fun to go to work on less sleep, but I'd rather have the extra time during the weekend. Anyway, we end up in the mid-60s tomorrow. Another little shot of cooler air on Monday briefly drops us into the 50s, but then here we go. We should start roaring up the old scale here. We're in the 60s on Tuesday, 70s then on Wednesday and Thursday. Another weak cold front may clip the area on Friday with just a slight bit of wind and some more cooler air, but no precipitation. Just not seeing it. Another week goes down, we don't pick up much. Pueblo, we go for highs today in the 50s, tomorrow in the 70s. A little road bump Monday down into the 60s, then 70s Tuesday through Thursday. Periods of clouds, periods of wind. We'll probably have to talk about fire danger on more days than just tomorrow, but what we're not expecting is much in the way of rain or snow. Kansas City, mid-50s today. Could rule out a couple of rain showers off and on through this evening. Again, probably won't do much for us, all things considered. Tomorrow we're in the upper 60s. Probably windy, so fire weather is our main concern. Then we'll bounce around in the 60s and 70s for the rest of the week. Teller County could pick up some snowflakes off and on today with the first little wave this morning, then when some of the instability comes into play this afternoon and evening. But I'm not looking for a lot. I mean, nothing that we really could use at this point. I mean, anything, we can use anything, but boy, we could sure use a nice big wet spring snowstorm. Tomorrow, fire danger, yep, main concern. Then we go with 50s to lower 60s, even in Teller County through the rest of the week. So if we're going to have temperatures that warm, you have to assume fire danger will be in the mix for us again. The Friday front doesn't look to do much than any of these other fronts have done. It just cools us off a little bit and keeps the wind going. That's about
right.
it.
Yeah, especially all the fires that we've had just in the last week. I mean, it really is concerning. So.
Yeah, we need a couple of good storms this spring at some point. It just doesn't look good for the next week.
That's right. We'll cross our fingers. Thanks, Marty.
You're welcome.